We take no pleasure in reporting that Cracker Barrel has fallen. A once family-friendly establishment has caved to the mob. Dearest Abigail, with a heavy heart I write to you of the terrible events of the campaign. We are outflanked and getting pounded in the rear. Cracker Barrel has fallen. Retreat to the Waffle House is certain. Eternally yours, Private Titus Johnson.
What is going on, everybody? Wired here, back once again on this succinct, satisfying Sunday, which I hope everyone is taking a nice day of rest, spending it with their families, all that type of stuff. Hope you're not working too hard. To talk about another controversial company who has gone woke, and there's a lot of backlash to this. Now we are talking about the company Cracker Barrel, which, if you don't know, is a pretty huge chain, at least in the east part of the U.S. I actually got Thanksgiving from them one time, I think back in like 2019, 2020. It was pretty good. But from their official tweets here, we are excited to celebrate Pride Month with our employees and guests. Everyone is always welcome at our table and our rocker. Happy Pride. Well, Mr. Wired, what's wrong with this? And I would say the first thing is, well, don't ever call me Mr., because Mr. Wired is my father. But on the surface, I don't think anything is actually wrong with this. So for all the people out there, you're homophobe, bigot, transphobe, all that, I don't think there's any real problem with being inclusive. I have problems with Budlight, yes, because they platform a grifter. I have problems with Target because, yes, they have tuck-friendly bathing suits, which is completely unacceptable. Worse than Bud Light, in my opinion, because they're targeting children. For Cracker Barrel to come out here and just say, hey, we want to be inclusive and, hey, happy Pride or whatever, I don't really see any problem with that. My position has never been to hate on the LGBTQIA community, or however many vowels are in their name now. That's going to sound derogatory, but I mean, they add them like every month, so it's really not. That's not my position at all. I think consenting adults, I think, should be allowed to do whatever they want. And I'm totally okay with it. I really am. Like I said in a couple of videos, I got a cousin who's gay. And my biggest problem with him is he lives in San Francisco. So, I wouldn't live in California myself personally. But I guess some people like it. It's got good weather, but really woke politics. Well, what I think is going on here is people have a lot of fatigue with this. And I think that's why this is trending on Twitter right now, which is actually why I'm talking about it. Is that people are kind of sick of just all this pride nonsense because of all the crap that's been shoved down their throats. Point in case, Anheuser-Busch. Point in case, Target, Nike, Adidas, Maybelline. It just keeps going on and on and on. And some people, I feel like, again, they have a responsibility to not get involved in politics, as is the case with Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light. Should not have involved yourself. You built your brand on hardcore American values, and then you turn on your fan base, and then you get screwed out of $27 billion. Cracker Barrel is a little bit the same way, but I don't think it's bad to be inclusive. But let's get in the article here, and I'm going to elaborate a little bit more. Cracker Barrel, once anti-gay, celebrates Pride, and the haters flip. The Cracker Barrel chain of family restaurants surprised many today when it posted... What are you doing? Get out of here. When it posted a positive Pride message on its Facebook account. The company, based in Lebanon, Tennessee, and a staple of the South and suburban America for over 50 years, responded to positive tweets about its Facebook post. And I already read the aforementioned. I'll read it again. Sure, why not? We are excited to celebrate Pride Month with our employees and guests. Everyone is always welcome at our table and our rocker. Happy Pride. The restaurant chain, known as much for its quirky gift shops and addicting peg solitaire games as it is for its stick-to-your-ribs fare, has actually been celebrating Pride and pushing rainbow-themed products for the last few years. Many people still remember the company's intolerant past when they openly discriminated against LGBTQ+ employees in the early 1990s and fired several gay workers. In response, LGBTQ+ activists descended on Cracker Barrel restaurants to protest their policy of promoting heterosexual values. The policy was discontinued soon after, and the company has continued to make positive strides. It currently holds an 80 out of 100 on the Human Rights Campaign Corporate Equality Index, which is like, that's complete ish to me. The evolution of Cracker Barrel remains news to many, especially conservatives, who, not surprisingly, voiced this main anger at the Facebook post. As of press time, Cracker Barrel has not succumbed to the anti-LGBTQ plus mob that has taken aim at other corporations voicing support for the queer community like Budweiser and Target. All right, well, I'm going to just pause it right there on the Budweiser and Target things. There are definite reasons for people to boycott Budweiser and Target. One, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light, Budweiser. You've platformed a charlatan and a grifter who does not care that they've lost your brand $27 billion. Not that they should, because they're only in it for the bag. But they're not in it for the long haul either. I guess I would identify, I would say, as the T in the LGBTQ community. But they really don't. They're just grifting off of that. Because, I mean, no cap, no offense. They haven't had top surgery. They haven't had bottom surgery. There's no proof that they're ever going to have that. They probably won't have that. They're just trying to make their bag until they, ride off into the sunset. Which, hey, capitalism, go, yay. I can't really, fault the grift. But also, I could never see myself personally, doing, such reprehensible things just for the sake of $1. But, hey, everybody's price is a little bit different. They say there's always a price that somebody can be bought for. Target definitely deserves all the ish because they have targeted children. There are Super Pride onesies. Like if you gotta have your baby support Pride Month, that's really very unacceptable. And that there's no reason for that at all. Children are gonna obviously find out about their sexuality when they grow up. And they should do it the natural way and not have the outside influence of people trying to push stuff on them. And that's what I believe anyway. So, oddly, with this Cracker Barrel thing, which is trending on Twitter, which is why I'm talking about it, I don't actually think their message is bad or hateful. And like I said, I do not care what consenting adults do. I don't think anybody should. I think anyone who does care what consenting adults do, if they're not imposing their beliefs onto, youth, children like that, need to probably do something else. Get a hobby. Try writing. It's very cheap. I know. Paper and ink cost almost nothing nowadays. Thank you, Cal Lun. But it's just interesting to see that this is trending because of the backlash, because I think people are just kind of sick of this woke ideology. And I think they're now trying to go after everything that has to do with this LGBTQ push to kind of force it upon our society. And like I said, I think this is a fine message. I don't think there's anything wrong with what Cracker Barrel said. And I think we should be accepting of people who are different than us. I just think right now we're in a state within our country where we're just in overload. We are in overload of all this woke nonsense being shoved down our throats. And they're just kind of taking sniper shots at like anybody who comes out in support or even against this ideology. But anyway, that's all I got for this time. What do you guys think about the whole Cracker Barrel thing? You think it's too far? You think it's just kind of nonsense? You think they can do what they want to do? Well, they can. It's America. So anyway, that's all I got. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will catch you on the next one. Thank you for listening this long. Later.